You make a living by what you get. You make a life by what you give. If you think about it, that is so true.
One of the main purposes of our life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to help others.
Giving to me means people that don't have much or anything, you can give them like a toy. It makes you happy knowing that you've done something right.
Advocate! Advocate means standing up for what you believe and telling everyone in the world.
Volunteering is when you help out in a community if they need something. Like if people have no food, you can help out by handing out food, like that it's free for the people that don't have any food.
Once someone told me to read the list of agencies that are members of the United Way and who work with United Way, and when you read that list, you start to see, wow, I associate and I know my family and friends and kids that I care about are impacted by the many agencies that the United Way supports. And so I started to realize the United Way does so much for our community and the other communities around us that it just makes sense to be involved with them.
And I think it starts really with the individual. And when they recognize that they care about not only their family, but their neighbors and even strangers in their community. And then when you're fortunate enough to have an employer that is also willing to support their colleagues, whether it's in a financial match of contributions or whether or not it's simply providing them the time to devote labor to some of the needs in our communities, it's really a win-win-win situation.
Pfizer cares. Live united.
In its title and in its spirit, the bringing together of others, little pieces and parts coming together to do something bigger and greater for a whole. That's what the United Way is about.
It's a large area to cover, but it's so important for all three counties to come together. The services that are provided throughout each of the counties is so important for the citizens that live in each of them, and it's important that we reach out and get as many businesses involved, and allowing their employees to get involved in these counties.
Advocate!
We primarily deal with children in our donations, and so we see that where they are sponsoring camps or helping the children educationally, culturally, and through sports activities as well.
We're all North Country, and we look at it as a region, not so much as a county.
And for us, kids are kids anywhere, wherever they are. It doesn't matter which county you're in.
The United Way is the way to go. It stays up here.
At McAdam Chateauguay location, we employ about 125 employees, and that includes our store. I'm definitely a promoter of United Way. It's a way for the employees to be aware of these organizations. You get a tax-deductible donation. They can put in as much as they want, as little as they want. And personally, they did help my mom. She was visually impaired, and that organization came to the house. Fantastic.
At Nyco Minerals, we mine a mineral called wollastonite, and you can find that in your vehicles, in the plastics, in ceramics, in wallboard, and we ship all over the world.
I personally used them about 5 years ago. I had a son who passed away, and we had to have hospice come in. So I donate all my money towards them because I see how they were able to help us. I mean, they were there all the time. Anytime we called them, they were able to come, and we didn't have to pay for anything.
What has touched you personally, that's where you can send your money to. And being that you can do it through payroll deduction, it's just, you don't even notice the money gone.
Our employees come from all over the North Country, Clinton, Essex, and Franklin County. And one of the reasons we support the United Way is its breadth of services in those communities that our employees reside. It's an important part of the business philosophy.
There is a lot of checks and balances with the United Way, with the board of directors, the campaign teams, the allocation committee as well, and they spend a lot of time, the allocation committee, making sure that money is going where it's supposed to be going, where it was designated to go. If you do it to the general impact fund, They'll make decisions based on where the greatest need is at that time for the monies. They also go through if agencies apply for assistance and to be a part of the United Way. That is a very lengthy process, and all these people are all volunteers in our community that spend all the time going through that and really taking the time to make sure the money is going where it's supposed to be going and that the agencies themselves are following the protocols and using that money to where it was designated.
We have limited resources, so we kind of have to take care of our own, and I think the United Way helps to do that. I had one situation where a girl was talking to another girl, and the girl mentioned that what she was having for dinner. And she said, "What do you mean, what are you having for dinner?" And the girl didn't even know that there was a nightly meal. She thought that the breakfast she received at school and the lunch she received at school, that was it for the meals for the day. We are in tough economic times right now, and sometimes parents are doing the best they can, but it's just not enough to put the food on the table and clothe their children and keep heat in their homes, and so we need to reach out to those families. We owe it to them.
Here at Literacy Volunteers, our mission is to enable people to achieve their personal goals through literacy programs. A lot of our students come to us because they may not be able to fill out a job application or read to their children, or maybe they dropped out of school and they now need their GED to become employed.
The United Way is a place that brings together amazing, powerful, giving, serving people to volunteer. So there's lots of ways to help. You can give of your gifts.
Give! Advocate! Volunteer!
You can also give of your talents through your time and your spirit in volunteering. That's why the United Way is powerful for me.
I know that most of us empathize with others at various times of crisis. Eventually, we all come to the realization that it is for that very reason which the United Way organization exists and plays such a crucial role.
That's what we're all here on earth for, is to help our friends and neighbors. Please give to United Way. Make this year a successful campaign so United Way can hit its campaign goal.
Give.
Advocate! Volunteer!
Please.
Live united!